That'll film it work. For real.
There you go.
Yo. My brother?
My brother.
Yes, sir.
Hold on with you, G. You good?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
wish I can fit that shirt.
Man.
I'm almost there.
I ain't gonna lie.
Straight.
This one was a little small for me.
Oh, Freddie T done lost like 20 pounds, man, in a month.
Look good.
Not a month.
Ozempic hitting
I'm
him.
down though.
He's sway sexy too.
That's what he said.
He said that
He said
Ozempic hitting.
he on that Zemp hitting.
Man, y'all tripping. You know I be working out hard. It's been a minute.
Let me tell you, a lot's happened.
Yeah.
A lot happened. But yeah, that's
Good to
a
go?
long time.
Yeah.
I've been seeing y'all like
Yeah, just move.
loving it.
Appreciate it.
Long time coming, oh.
Yup.
My little brother, I remember the first time I seen him. Summertime practices at LSU. He runs a post corner. He was out of bounds, quarterback threw it, and he reached up with one hand and grabbed it like that. And I was like, nobody's gonna say nothing about this? So we just gonna, so he just gonna catch this ball with one hand and we just gonna act like people do that. You know what I mean? And eventually you become who you become, man. I'm very proud of you.
Hold up, limitless. Niggas to me, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless. Niggas to me, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant.
Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, Ryan Clark. Very special sit down on the pivot. I want to get something out the way first. You're not here to retire, right?
There's no chance. I can't. It's something that I'm like, as I sat there with it, I feel like I never talk about regrets because I feel like at once upon a time, you know, the decision you made was what you wanted at the time. So you live with that. But this is one that I feel like if I didn't get to go out there and run one route, you know, it's like unfinished. And my pops, my mom's teaching me growing up, like we never would start something and not finish it, you know? Like that was just the rule of the house. The way that everything went down, I just can't go out like that and live the rest of my life with having to even think like about my career and then be like, well, how did I finish it? You know? So short answer, nah. I'm not here to retire. Man.
Then what's the finish line then?
I don't know what it is. I think it's in my heart. I think it's not stats. It's not, you know, I won a Super Bowl. Do I wish, that's a long story there. I wish I could have finished that game because it was like the moment I had with God before that game was just me knowing, all I was saying to him was thank you. Like, thank you for this opportunity, like win, lose, or draw. Like, thank you for everything that I've been through in my life for this moment. And I already know that I'm gonna shine. Like, thank you for allowing me, you know, like, everything that they got to say about me. And like, it was that moment of like, yeah, go do your thing. He gave me the reward in the end, but it was like, I wanted that day. I was ready. I was prepped, you know? So it's not about the stats, because I wanted to break and beat Jerry's record and all that. And, you know, a couple of things happened where, like, realistically, it's not happening. It ain't about the ring. It's just about that love in my heart in which, you know, you play the game for so long and then the politics get into it and things happen to where you kind of get lost in that road of like, man, do I really love this? And that was a tough thing last year where I feel like you're getting paid X amount, right? And for me, I'm in a place where like we're over the hill thinking about, you know, the next couple steps. And it was like, it was really hard for me to take the thing that I love the most in Miami and walk away from it and find that peace in my heart, that resolve. Like it was one of the most difficult things that I loved, but it became like poison to me. Like something that you love so much that was good for you that now is harming me, you know? And it's in the way, I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. I'm looking at it and I'm getting paid X amount, $3 million. I'm looking at all of the things that I have over here that is gonna set me up for the rest of my life and make sure my kids, like, are good. And I'm spending all my time on this and I'm not getting the reward at all. I'm not even getting it in my heart. Like I'm not, you know, like a bit of resentment to like have to wake up and then go into that building, even though it's a blessing and a privilege and all those things to be in the league, it just became like poison to me. And like to be able to, it was like a real grown man thing for me to be able to like put that down, to actually be able to be like, you know what? That's it. Like I'm drawing a line with myself. There's other things that are more important. I'm spending all this time here for nothing. I'm not even playing. I'm not even, all of the, I never tell anybody business, but like all the things that I was told and sold on, like for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. And that's okay, like it is what it is. But for me, I'm looking at it, I'm spending this time away, I'm not getting to see my son. Now mentally, like it's affected me, just, my everyday, like I really need to just step back and focus on this and get this sorted. And once I feel like all of this is solid, because they feel like with football being shaky and this being shaky, I'm not really focusing on either one. And I'm just in the middle, trying to chase two rabbits almost, like, and I can't let both of them get away, So I had to just pick one, like honestly. And it was like, let me stand on this over here. I don't think I'm gonna be missed anyways at Miami in my 5 to 6 plays a game. Yeah, I mean, just being honest, it was, I'm getting in, it's third down. They know, I wonder what they're doing, it's 3rd and 7.
What do you do now to get out of your head? Because someone with such elite skills, knowing you still have the ability to help a team out there, yet the phone, well, I don't know if the phone is rung, but obviously you're not on the roster right now. So what do you do, just to stay in it?
It rings. But it's like, for me, it was truly getting myself straight, like as a man. I went through some hard times. Leaving football, putting down what had, I know that I'm not just a football player. I know that. I know the, whatever you want to call it, that I have over the kids and the movement and the culture and all that. I know that it's bigger than just football. I always felt like I was put on earth to change it. And I know, like, not no conceited way that, like, thinking like that, but like, yeah, I want to be someone who could change. And so it was really me, like, getting myself right. It was really me looking myself in the mirror and dealing with, like, my shit as a man. And I feel like it was kind of the first time, because, when you're playing football for so long, you kind of get sheltered, you kind of get, like, blanketed. We protected for so long. Like, so all we got to do is play football, like, and then we deal with the people who going to talk about us for our performance or the things we do or whatever it is, but it was like, it was always just football. And to feel whether it was self or stripped of that, and to just be standing there as a man, it was like where I was at in that place of life. Like, I didn't like necessarily where I was at, like, as a man, you know what I mean? And it was some hard times I had to work through, or some, where I felt like I'm light, but it was darkness just around me. And it's funny because my son, I feel like he was like that flickering light. Like, he was the thing that just kept me going. Like, he really did. And it was hard. Like, it was hard to separate myself from football, the game that I love and gave everything up for. I could have played, I always tell a story, I could have played soccer, I could have played, D-Book don't think so, but I could have played basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been a point guard. I'm not giving you 30, I don't really want it, But I could have played a lot of other sports, and it was like, I chose this one. And I sacrificed things since I was 4 years old for it. But me personally, like, it was like dealing with self and all of the issues that I have, and where, not to be like, I'm fully healed now. It's like you're ever evolving, or, you're going backwards. So, coming face to face with that man in the mirror.
You experienced something none of us experienced, right? Freddie T's a first-round pick, Hall of Fame talent. Obviously, you were as well, but he played in Jacksonville, right? There's not a one-play highlight that you could show of him and everybody in the world just be like, that's Fred Taylor, right? You made every kid think they could catch a football with one hand. There were Asian kids, black kids, white kids, whatever you want, Latino kids with blonde mohawks, right? You reached a pinnacle that I said publicly, I thought you were the most famous football player that had ever lived. There's no roadmap for that. How difficult was that adjustment to you for you to take all those things in and still remain yourself?
I think earlier when I talked about regrets, I said I don't have many, but I think one of them was having grown men about this size with a blonde mohawk haircut. Like, inspiring that was not, looking back, like, it was great, but then when I started to see people way bigger than me give me one of these, and they had it was time to cut it off. But like you said, like, there was no roadmap for that. Like, I always planned on being the greatest ever. Like I was like, I just want to be the best. Like, and I got that from, you know, when I was younger. But I always talk about this, and I thank him to this day. This man changed my life forever. Jarvis Landry, right? He showed me what greatness was. You know, I had plenty of people. We were in the car on the way here, Tyron Matthew. Like, he showed me, like, greatness and what we was chasing, you know? A level of, like, yeah, you have this talent, but, like, I'm talking about 2 steps above that. For me, it was always about that. It was always about that. It never was this fame, and I was gonna become who I became, and I never even knew that. I never knew it came with it. I just thought, like, I was gonna be the greatest, and just a good football player, like, you know, all of that. Special person, but I knew it was just football. And again, like, dealing with that with my moms and our team, like, we didn't know all of this was gonna come with it. I didn't know how to necessarily handle that. I still don't think everybody's journey is different. You know, when they be like, go ask LeBron, he came in at 18. I'm like, yeah, but he plays basketball. You know what I mean? And, like, no matter what, like, somebody dunk on him, he could ask for the ball, he can go down and do whatever he need to do. Like, it's not a sport like football where I'm a receiver and the O-line got to block, the running back got to pick up the protection, quarterback got to throw a perfect ball or good enough ball to where I have just one opportunity to make a catch. So it was like a different sport, and just, it was like I said, bro, growing up, I just always thought I was gonna be, like, that was it. Like, I was just gonna be the greatest. Like, it wasn't the fame.
You are a great football player, but you left football. Like RC said, you left football. You went to Rockstar status.
Yeah.
You blew up worldwide. Like, there's a lot of dudes catching football.
Yeah.
That had to change you, bro.
Yeah.
Good ways and bad ways.
I would say, because I'll tell you this, I'm still the same. Like, I'm the same, but it's that I got to see more. I got to the good and the bad. Like, I just got to see more. And I'll never forget, in college, Coach Henry, we sitting in the room, it's like me, Jarvis, thinking maybe a few other people, and I was like, I fear the day that they change the game I love into a business and not the game that I love. And I allowed them to strip this smile, like, from me, to make me kind of stop dancing. Oh, you need to grow up, like, you need to da-da-da. And then I'm sitting there, you know, I'm doing my thing in warm-ups, but it's like, this ain't just for show. Like, I'm doing it, like, I'm having fun. Like, why is it that I'm not out here running, catching the ball and holding that big-ass camera like this, like, on myself, like, look at me, you know what I mean? It was just me always doing my thing. I would say it changed me in ways that it made me more aware. It made me be able to see a lot more than I ever thought I was gonna see. But deep down inside, like, anybody who knows me, they would probably be like, you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, you became the villain, though.
Yeah.
Like, the kid I met.
I think I helped it too, though.
Was it? I'm about to say that, though.
Yeah.
When it turned from all the fun, and, you know, there's Josh Norman, there's boats, and there's all of these things, and there was so much criticism and so much hate. When you were at the height of who you were, you became the villain. What part did you play in that, and how did that affect you?
It definitely affected me, knowing that, like, I'm a good-hearted person, lighthearted. Like, I literally, like, you ever see any of my messages, like, me, tattoos on my neck, I am, you know, I'm love. Like, I am love. Like, all I wanted to do was spread love. Like, that's it. And to become the villain and then to play into it, I'm like, you know, there's a part of me that's like, why couldn't I have just been like, nah, like, I'm just gonna continue to be loved, and which I was, but, like, to not even play into this role. And I've heard, you know, the Kobe's talk about it, and I think the ones who was before us, we always look at them, you know, like I say, Kobe, he became the villain, you know, and this Mamba and everyone, da-da-da-da, but, like, he took on and, you know, thrived in it. And for me, there was a part that thrived in it, but, like, as a football player, like we say, not many of us get known, like, past the helmet. And it was just like it was like, when I stepped off the football field, my life was something completely different too, you know? And it wasn't easy to, like, live with, but I just managed it the best I could. I think, I don't want to say nothing changed me. I said it just made me more aware, you know? And then I always just try to stay true to who I am, because, like, that's really all I know.
Right. With everything, though, is there one moment that you can kind of pinpoint and go back to and say, this humbled me more than anything else? ever in life?
Besides getting injured, I would say the boat stuff. Back when I used to, I've been taking Adderall since I was a kid. Like, I remember taking it before my playoff game. Like, no, I gotta focus. And like, I hadn't been taking it all year, but like, they had kind of like, there's a bit of nerves, because I went and literally, it's New Year's Eve. We win. We go here, we fly back in the morning, you have your day off the next day, you have your recovery. Same thing you would have did if you would have went out in New York. Like, it really was nothing different, except for one of my friends who just, for some reason, was like, I'm thinking, he's like, let's get a pic. If you go back and look at the pic now, and I'm telling you this story, and I'm sitting there like the flight had got pushed back. We had just stayed, or like, I've been ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I had to borrow Victor Cruz's Tim's, like, you know what I mean? I've got Tim's on, we in Miami, I'm happy I didn't wear none today. Like, and it just was like, we took this picture and I'm thinking it's memories. It was something that's like, yo, we had a good time, like, Jordan and everybody before all this going crazy, And it was just like, we're celebrating this because the run that we're about to make is yada, 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 right? And then I felt when that story and all them things came out, it had shook my building so hard that, like, I had already knew we lost before walking in there.
Wow.
I knew it. Like, I just knew it, and it was like an energy that, like, I couldn't break. But if people would have been like, man, fuck that, if you had a good time, like, you ready to kick some, like, it just was like they shook our building. And that's that New York media, like, they got us. And then I couldn't overcome it, and, certain catches or plays that, like, I'm sure you give me that opportunity again in the -3 weather at Lambeau, nighttime, against Aaron Rodgers, hit a Hail Mary at halftime. Like, it was one of them things, like, I didn't perform my best. And that killed me, Like, that I let all of those men down because, like, I went there ready to jump into the stands, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to score, I wanted to do all the things, like, and I would definitely say that was one that, like, that killed me. Then next offseason, that's that offseason coming up, I got to go to the Pro Bowl. I'm telling moms, like, I don't even want to go. My dog died. I'm on my couch for 2 weeks. This red leather couch that I had, I didn't move from the basement, like, 2 weeks, sleeping 16 hours. But, like, depressed about that, or I won't say depressed, but upset about this, like, really just hurting. And I definitely would say that changed me forever to where, fast forward 2017, before somebody take me out in the preseason game on a low hit and get a high ankle sprain, and we could talk about that too. But it was like I was so far ready to move past all that coming the next year, and I was like, I'm coming on some whole different. Like, nah, you got to see me. Like, you already got me. You broke me down a little bit. Like, this O that you get to see, you're not gonna be fucking with him.
First off, by the way, if I would have went to Miami on my off day, I wouldn't have been on the boat with the Trey Songz because Trey Songz don't want to hang with me. That's the first thing. And frankly, I don't really want to hang with Trey Songz either while we were talking about it. But for you though, like, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. Oh, the Met Galas, the famous friends, dating famous people, right? All of these things are a life, and this is just in my opinion, that not only most normal people don't prepare for, football players don't, right? Like, you gotta love football to be good at it because it's so damn hard to do, right? So you talked about sitting on that red sofa and, dealing with your sadness. When you're out of it for this time when you leave Miami, that had to be, you said those times were dark. What was that feeling of sadness or depression, and how did you get through it?
Ooh, this one was that tough one, where you question just everything, like, as a man, like, you get to, like, sit back for a second, and let's say I could lay out the last 10 years in front of me, and the mishaps, mistakes, the good times, the bad times, just life, if I could lay it out. It's like, am I okay, with that? And having to truly, like I say, like, come face to face with that man in the mirror. At the wrong time, it could be detrimental. At the right time, I don't know, it just keep boosting you up. to get through that is, you know, the people I had, like the people who've been in my corner, family, you know, really the closest ones to you. I got my boy over here since we was 9, 10 years old, that we really like went through what we felt like was rock bottom, like together, and to climb out of it. And it's like, it's something I'm proud of myself for. Cause like, I always had said this, I'm like, bro, go give somebody else everything that God gave me and all of everything, put them in my shoes. And I'm telling you, I won't say 9 out of 10, but a lot of them couldn't have handled what I had to go through. And that's just firmly my belief. From the fame to the this, to the that, to the end, everything. It's just everything, bro. It's every single thing. You know, I'm trying to be better with my words and not be like, oh, that was dark and I was struggling, and try and be like, oh, well, I was just learning. You know, when you try and say all of the positive stuff, like, I'm trying, but like,
Sometimes you're just effed up.
man, I was fucked up, you know? I wasn't who I was when I walked away from football. What I realized, the biggest thing I lost and that I gave up on was my discipline, you know? And as a football player, like, all our lives, like, you know, you sleep with somebody, like, that alarm go off and you get up with a, you know, we didn't had penalty runs because we was late or whatever. Like, it's like kind of militant, you know? And I had lost that discipline within myself because I had put it down and I was like, well, I don't have to do nothing tomorrow. Like, I'm straight, you know? Like, if I want to wake up at 3 p.m., I could do that. And that small things of discipline, like, it just kept trickling down. In every single aspect, trickling down. And that was the biggest thing, like, thinking about my son, now I'm like, if I could have one thing to talk about, like, it would just be discipline, self-discipline. For whatever it's worth, whatever it is, like, when I lost my discipline, I lost a lot of myself, and things just started to go bad, you know? When things are going bad, I always joke, my boy would be like, now that I'm back in that place, like, I know I could just keep driving and the light's gonna turn green. Like, God got me. You know, I'm going down. I know. Just let it go. Do the little flashlight, bam. It's gonna be green. Like, before it was like every light, red, red, red. You know, like, you just, when you ain't living right, like, that feeling within yourself, like, the things don't flow. You're not in that flow state. And that's where I was at. And, you know, I always talk about God and how he saved me and all the things that he's done. But yeah, bro, I wasn't who I was, you know?
Speaking about that, speaking about the boat, start with the boat. You know what teams call that? Distraction. You dating, I gotta get into that. You know, I need to talk to you about this. We'll wait.
Hey, he nasty too.
We'll get it a little bit. But the media's gonna call that a distraction. That's why the criticism is distraction. Do you think, like you said, all the stuff you were going through, everything that was thrown on you, the fame that was thrown on you, it had to affect you on the field? The saying, make the main thing the main thing, the main thing couldn't have been the main thing at all times.
You know what it is? It's such an ass-backwards world, right? We talk about, oh, that's a distraction. And it's like, you're literally placing something on somebody saying it's the distraction. The distraction is you saying it's the distraction, not actually the distraction. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of a crazy world we live in, like, it's a little backwards, but of course it affects you at some point, because it's like, for me, my life had became so public that my private life, and like, I don't want them to know about her and this, her. First of all, if I was in a certain position, you messing up my game. Like, you fucking it up for me. Like,
That's my sister.
that's my friend, my auntie, cousin, them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. So it's like, you putting all of my business out there, and it's like, oh, well, we made you a celebrity, so we have the right to do this. And it's like, I wouldn't come knocking on your door trying to barge into your stuff. Like, you messing up my life. And keep in mind, do I think I could have performed better had I not have gone and flown here and been on the boat? I'll say yes for the sake of the argument. But at the same time, I had plenty of games when I was, you know, like, I had a good time after the game. I feel like it's football culture. Like, we go celebrate. Like, you know, LSU, Saturday night.
Lock back in.
Saturday night,
Tigerland.
No question.
No
We had the
question.
boot, set it off.
No question.
We turning up. Like, and then, Sunday, we all in there at 4 p.m., everybody stretching, we talking about our night, we resetting. Yep. You know, because it's only we get one a week. It's not like basketball, like, oh, they had their night out in whatever city they went to, they came here, dropped 30, going to the next city. Like, no, like, it's this important. And you know where we went, like, I don't know about y'all, but where we went.
They went to Florida.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But where we went.
What the hell y'all talking about?
But where we went, it was like losing that one game, like, it was like the season's over with.
It ruined everybody's week.
We ain't going to the national championship. And that's the only reason we was playing. Like, we playing for the Natty.
Your circle is extremely small, O. There was a point, it was an entourage. You didn't see Odell Beckham Jr. and not see a ton of people around him. I'm sure some had a purpose. Mm-hmm. I'm sure for some, you were their purpose, mm-hmm. and for others, they had no purpose at all, but to try to catch whatever fell off of the tree.
Yep.
What was it like to have to trim that tree, to have to shrink that circle? Because some of those departures hurt when you find out why they have to go.
Oof. Speaking on it, it was like, it's kind of a quote that I live by. It's like, it's not about getting to the top of the mountain. It's about how many people you bring with you, right? And I always feel like God's light, boom, it's like the spotlight was on me, but there was plenty of people, not all of them, but there was plenty of people around me who had talent or who had something. And if they were around me, even if I can give them a glimpse of the light to where now they can go walk in their own way. Now they can go and make money or whatever it is, you know, until you realize, like, you start to get closer to the top of the mountain and it's getting heavy. And it's like, I feel like I'm working more than I did when I was back here. Like, I'm real close to the top and I'm not tired, you know, but trimming that tree, I think for me, like, I'm so here with it that, like, I'm gonna allow someone to, like, cut themselves before I ever have to really do it. Like, I'm a person who will give you the chances, you know, for better or for worse. It's, you know, it's my lesson learned, but I'm gonna give you the chances over and over, even if you shouldn't have deserved the third one, you know? And that's something that's definitely changed within me, like, now. But just watching people cut themselves, do things to lose their own position, you know, like, I didn't even do nothing. Like, you showed me everything I needed to. And I think I just laugh in my mind, because I'm like, there's one person who was watching that the whole time. It is Heather Lynn Van Norman. Mom's just watching the whole time. She was not gonna play around. And it's just like, I truly respected, like, you know, sitting here with y'all now, like, I was right about that, or I was right about that. And it's like, I feel like as a parent now, I'm watching my son, she used to always tell me, like, you just wait till you have your kid. And I'm like, I am, you know what I mean? And it's like, as a parent, you give your child, like, the tools, you put the morals and the values and all these things in them that are gonna build up to where they're gonna make their own decisions and then they live with it. And it's like, you gotta be, like, I kept getting with it, like, you gotta be okay with me, you know? Like, I gotta fail, like, on my own. I gotta touch the stove and know it's hot. Even if you told me, you know, don't touch it, like, till I feel it, I ain't gonna know, you know? And one quote that's been sticking with me by someone who's been with me for many, many years, he's like, nobody's ever gonna change in their life until the pain gets great enough. And I was like, man, like, that's some of the realest shit I heard, you know? Like, until it's like, no, this is it. You know, you'll draw the line, but there is a line that's like, nah, that hurt far beyond what I could ever imagine, where, like, I'm not going past that.
Well, you talking about loyalty and, you know, people being there or jumping ship. You stuck by your boy Drake's side through all the bullshit.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, like, why?
That's another subject, you know? And it's like, I'll just say this. I have nothing but love, you know? Mm-hmm. To this day, he's somebody who changed my life forever. He's someone whose music not only inspired, you know, the world, but, like, truly inspired me. Like, I felt like I could, like, he talking about me, you know what I mean? Like, I could feel that, and I was close to it. And through all the beef, it's like, I told him straight, man to man, at the 4th of July, my group party, I said, Kendrick did his thing. Like, he had his moment, you know? Like, it was hard. Like, y'all I like that heavyweight battle. Like, he came with, like, even if somebody, oh, he won, like, he won the moment. We talking about Mike Jack. We talking about Drake. Like, I'm like, it ain't even nothing to talk about. You know, the art of war, like, all them things that was going, like, it was great. But at the end of the day, like, you live on forever, bro. You're the greatest ever. You know, the amount, I feel like it's hard to do greatest ever, but you're in one of those categories of the greatest ever.
I think he's the greatest. He's the greatest song maker that's ever rapped,
For sure.
and it's not a. That's
For
not
sure.
a debate.
Like, I'm with you on that. Sticking by his side just is code to who I am. You know what I mean? Like, this is just me. Like, it don't matter. Did I ever, like the song, it was hard. Like the beat, I like music. You know what I'm saying? Like music flows through me. Like I love music. But my loyalty always lied there. And now like it lies to myself. You know? It lies to my people, my family, like the ones who are there for me. You know what I mean? Because when he was going through war and beef and all that, like I was going through hell. And I'm trying to save my entire generation and my bloodline and my people, and I'm worried about my son. You know what I mean? When no one else ain't sending no clothes and just a check for, you know, I gotta worry about my people. So it just goes back to like, I feel like who I am. Like when I really speak on who I am, like I know that. Like my loyalty, like it lies thick until you show me that it needs to be otherwise. And then when it does that, like I'm gonna move accordingly.
You tell Drake he pointed at my wife in the Fort Lauderdale concert, talking about, hey, Lady in the Green, when he was on his little bird cage.
Yeah.
Tell him I ain't appreciate it.
He owe us some money then. Let's go ahead and get that off him.
But how is it to be so famous and then be with Drake where they ask you, hey, can you get me to Drake? Well, you usually the golden goose.
Yeah.
And now you with Drake.
You know, listen, there are alpha males, there's apex predators, you know, I feel like, I told him, I said, you put me in a room with 200 of God's greatest men creations, the tallest, the richest, whatever, that God got to offer, and I feel like I'm gonna stand for me. Like I'm gonna walk in there with this, and I feel good with that. So my ego, you know, now I'm Cordell's brother. So
Yeah,
my ego can never be touched because I am who I am. Like I know who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? It can never be. You need me? Oh, you need me to get up? Be like, hold on, I'll be right back. As long as there wasn't no grown ass man trying to talk to me about no. Come on, bro. You good luck. You get him. Like you know what I'm saying? But my ego can never be touched because I'm truly like, I'm just too good with me. And now I love it. Like that's the biggest one when they try and be like, oh, that's Cordell's brother, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, I'm proud of my little bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I be like, nah, I'm OBJ. That shit dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would never be that for me. I've never been that kind of person anyways. So I think it's just, I just know who I am. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I'm good with me.
So I want to have a more serious conversation. First thing we talked about was the fact that you aren't retiring. We talked about the place you had to drag yourself from and you setting yourself up for generations. You also said the way that you were going to have to walk away after last year is not a way that you can live with yourself. So I read the tea leaves. That means you still want to play.
Yeah.
Where would you like to play if given the opportunity? Because there's a team, just throw it out there, there's a team in Pittsburgh.
Exactly, I already know. That's one of them.
Okay.
But there are two.
Okay.
I gotta go back with McVay. Take me home. Call the family, tell them there's a number 7 jersey that we need to unretire for a year, a couple games. I need that back. Like, Coach McVay, like my favorite coach that I've had all my life was like my high school coach. And it's because taught me how to like be a man, like he was firm on me, but he also prepped me for football. Like, there's nothing like being prepared to play a game instead of like going into it kind of, you know, wishing or hoping for whatever. And McVay was that person. Like I knew, like I called TA Gold Feet. I said, hey bro, you gotta come out here. Like I said, I'm about to go crazy. Boom, he flies to LA. We training at the field or whatever. I said, I'm going for like 15, 260, 3 touchdowns. I said, I need to run this route, and I need you to get me on a release. Like, I had the whole game plan. Like, I knew what was gonna go on. If y'all was gonna play man-to-man on Coop, we gonna kill you and let Coop be. If you gonna double up on him and put the safety over and you gonna put Mike Hilton or somebody else man-to-man, I'm gonna eat you up today. I'm gonna kill you today, because I'm on that. You know? And it was like McVay had me ready and prepared. So as far as teams, I feel like I joked with, I went to the Giants KC game, and I joked with Kansas City. I was like, bro, I literally only asked y'all for $3 million. And just respect, because I know what I'm gonna bring outside of my value just to football. I know what I'm gonna bring to your younger receivers in the locker room. I know what I'm gonna bring as a man to the team. I know my energy. So I joke with them, I'm like, you could have had another ring. I don't know if I'd have been there, you know, playing against Saquon Barkley, the best, you know, like it really would have won, but it's kind of like, I look at it, and I don't know if this is even a pitch. Like, I'm just like, I look at the LA Rams, I look at the Steelers, you know. I know, was it Calvin Austin, right? He kind of just, I don't know, something was happening. The Chiefs. And you definitely got to see me back in that blue thing. Like, before I get out of here, like, it's my creed to those fans. Like, I want to give that, like, to the Giants.
I have a question. Jalen Ramsey sat with us after you guys won the Super Bowl, and he said you would have been Super Bowl MVP. And that same year, which is Coop's Triple Crown year, we asked him who the top 5 receivers in the league were. He said you. I was there. I fully believe you were going to be the Super Bowl MVP. You get hurt, and you're crying at the end of the game, and it's felt like joy. But what were the true feelings? Because I'm a football player, right? And we're all individually selfish, even though we're team-oriented.
Yeah.
We want to be the best we could possibly be.
Yeah.
You get the tub, you catch the crosser, you run off on them, right? It's seeming like it's going exactly the way you thought it was.
And then,
What are those feelings, though?
so I'll never forget, like, it's a funny story. Left Cleveland in the middle of the year, go to the Rams. I joined a team that was already a really good team, and I seen it, and I got Jalen Ramsey. I got Von Miller, who's big bro. Like, me and Von Miller spent months overseas living together, doing the Drake tour. We had a house in London. We was going to Stockholm, Norway, Sweden, just wherever it was, we were gone. It was halftime. When I tore my ACL, like, I'm like, there's just no way. Because my ACL had already, so I had surgery the year before, and then I did the surgery, and until I signed with the Rams, I didn't know that I didn't have an ACL. So he was like, yo, we could either redo your surgery or, you know, you could play on it. I just gotta let you know. I'll never forget Dr. Illichars, who's like family to me now, him, McVay. I was like, I'm gonna die on the sword. Like, I didn't come here to get fucking surgery. I'm sorry. And each week they'd come up to me, oh, how you feeling? You know, boom, boom, how you feeling? And get to the back end of the season, they're like, I don't know how you still playing. Like, I didn't have an ACL. And it was me and Cooper, two-part of the story. After the NFC Championship, after we beat the 49ers ass, we looked at each other and was like, thank God there's only one more of these. Like, we was just beat down. Like, if that would have been a Super Bowl, I could have possibly gotten a little cleanup, you know, got paid, did something. And that wasn't the case, but I tore my ACL. We get in there at halftime, he's checking it, he's like, I can't let you go out there. Like, as your family now, he's like, if I let you go out there again, he said, you're gonna do something to your knee that we'll never be able to reverse, you know? And I had to, like, take his word, and it was hard. It was the hardest thing ever. Everyone walked out. I sat in that fucking back room, and I just cried, just by myself, like, crying, you know? You get the, why, God, the whole 9, you know? And I'm doing my whole crying thing, and I look up, and I hear, like, the stadium erupt. And it was T. Higgins, you know, grabbed Jalen face mask, and they scored. And I grabbed myself right there, and I said, get your ass up. Like, you came and joined this team to be a part of where they're at. Like, this shit's so much bigger than you. You in here, this moment's bigger than you. And I grabbed my little hoodie or whatever, my knee was hurting. Like, that bitch started to get tight. By the end of the game, I'm hitting my leg was done. And I was like, this moment's so much bigger than you, bro. I don't care what you gotta do. You gotta go out there. You gotta show face. You gotta cheer them boys on. You gotta lead. You gotta be there. And you could just see me, like, I'm on the sideline. I'm just boo-hooing. Like, I just couldn't hold it. Like, it was like, this is that moment that you wait for as a kid. I watched Tom Brady beat my damn Rams in the Super Bowl. I watched, all these moments that you waiting for to play in that game. And it was hard for me to just that part, just to not be able to play, to succeed or to fail, just to not have the opportunity was the hardest thing. It's all I've been through, this is I deserve this. It's obviously your plans, God plans, they align somewhere, but his is always gonna supersede ours. And it was that, going back on the field, be you gotta want it. I was just so angry, but I was so hurt, but I was still passionate, I wanted us to win, and they ended up pulling it off. And it was that moment that you talk about, you seeing me crying was felt like liberation. It felt like when I went to the Nike trial and won the bid against Nike, it felt like that, justice was done here today, And that part was fire to me because it was I deserve this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't really know that feeling, Odell.
Man,
As far as people who understand what it's like to be on that stage and win, it's only the Tigers. Gators are still drowning in that.
You always showing off in front of company, bro. But no,
You gonna sing that ragged ass song again?
Nah, we ain't gonna hit not today.
I forgot to tell you about that, and we still got to get it done. So we made a bet on LSU, Florida. So Fred, because Channing actually
I can't
picked
bet
up.
because I'm still in the league.
Yeah, you can't bet. So Channing bet with us. He picked LSU. Fred stuck with them dusty ASS Gators, and now he got to wear LSU and sing the fight song.
You gotta wear a
I'm
purple
cool with
rain
that.
suit with a yellow tie.
No, I'm probably throwing whatever he brings. Or I got a Fournette custom LSU jersey that he hooked me up with years ago when he was in Duval. We talked about loyalty, right? So this one X him out. But anyway, I have a question because all the teams watch our show.
Yeah.
And you say you jokingly messed with the Chiefs about vet minimum and this and that. But from a passion and how bad do you want it standpoint, would you play
Now?
for vet minimum?
I don't need it now. Now, let's play for vet minimum. It's about, can I put this and put it there? And just know I'm coming to play. Don't think about nothing that's happened.
Right.
Think about me talking to you right now. I want to play football. It don't be that I got to catch the passes, but these was made to do that. So if you want to throw it to them, cool. But I won't hit a nigga.
I'm talking about how he got 6'11" hands and he 5'11".
Big ass mitts he got.
I was supposed to be 6'3", but I broke my back. And then I just want to hit somebody. I want all of it. I want.
So the passion of football shouldn't be attached to a number, though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care.
No, you don't care.
You don't care
I
now.
don't care.
Because that's what it is. So you have to put together, like you said it, you got all this over here. You just want to go out there and run some routes.
That's it. Just give me that little bit to take care of my mama, daddy, them bills, family bills.
Could you be a one right now?
There's a lot of receivers better than me. You know what I mean? But could I? If you give me 12 chances to catch a ball and the play's designed, you're designing a play against their defense. I don't think they're gonna put their one corner on me. But you giving me 12 chances in the game, and the ball's coming by these hands. I believe I'm gonna make the play. Period. Do I want to be the one? If you want me to, I'll do it. But that's not what I'm looking for. That's not it. I just want to play ball, bro. I want to be. If I was on the same team as Justin, do you think I'm gonna be mad that he got 18 and got off? No, I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be with him. We gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's because I'm
I know what that's like.
I've had it. Even when I was at LSU, I was never a star receiver. My rookie year, things went on and I got to catch a bunch of passes, but it was running a run-it route, an 8-yard stop. That's it. And then Jarvis' second year, took off. And we all know who Jarvis was going into it. He was the reason I went to LSU. He motivated, we locked in at 14, 15 years old, and he was I don't care. I was wherever you going, I'm going. Whether it was Oregon, Florida State, LSU, whatever. So it's not about that. I never was the star until I got to New York and he started throwing me 12, 13 balls. And I'm, coming down with the play, pretty much every time. But it ain't really about that. I just want to play football. I want to be able to be like, yo, when I look back, there's gonna be a lot of mishaps still. I'll never be able to live with, not never be able to live with it because I have to, but this tearing on me, this breaking on me. Like, I look back at my career, first 3 years, I did X, Y, and Z. Whatever, when they go pull up the numbers and they can always create a new stat in this world. But whatever I did in the first 3 years, okay, boom, I get my 4th year and I have the high ankle sprain and my doctor's like, bro, you can't come back for another 3 to 4 weeks, past when I was trying to come back. We lose the first game to Dallas, I sit out, I'm feeling that pressure of like, I gotta get back for my team. Like this, if we, lose the next 2 games, the season just gonna be shit. So I put the team in which the whole world thought I was like this selfish whatever, that I put them before my own personal where I, in hindsight, do I wish I would have just sat out 3 weeks and let it fully heal or whatever? Yeah. But I get hurt in 2017 in the 5th game against the Chargers. I already got 3 touchdowns, 300-some yards, 30 catches. Like, I'm on the way for another, 1,000-yard season. Same thing I had already done. Come back 2018 after shattering my ankle. Missed the last 4 games. So in 12 games, I had 1,100 yards, 70, almost 80 catches, 6 touchdowns. What happens if I had the next 4 games? Well, I'm sitting at the same thing I've been doing. The year after that, get traded to Cleveland, the Giants give me the, everyone's like, oh, why'd you leave the Giants? I was like, I didn't leave. I got booted the fuck out of here. They sent me on my way, and they were like, oh, it's business for us. And I was like, it didn't seem like it was business for one, and that business deal you made, didn't work out, right? And I went to Cleveland, and actually was on tour in Paris with Drake when they called me. It's like, Jarvis called me, Coach Henry called me. He's like, you want to come to Cleveland? And I was like, to be honest, no, not really. I want to play with you, but I don't know if I want to be there. And that happened. And then I finished that season on a terrible season after having hernias torn up. I don't know if y'all had that before, but I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that one on nobody. Hernia, still had 1,000 yards, only 4 touchdowns for me. I feel like I've seen a lot of the great receivers get a bunch of yards, but I'm like, who's scoring? Because when I'm getting the ball, I'm trying to score. I'm trying to put points on the board. All of 15 receptions, 200 yards, cool. I'm trying to score. Cleveland, 1,000 yards. Come back the next year, 5 games into there, 300 plus yards again, 3 touchdowns, 30. I'm on the same path for the 1,000-yard season, season after season after season after season. Hopefully you get 10 touchdowns a year, whatever it is. So just looking back on my career, I'm like, obviously, anybody can say what they want about 1 catch and all that. I'm like, yeah, that was my 9th touchdown of the season, though. You know what I mean? It ain't no 1 catch. In sports, right? How many we think about Jordan, I'll just say Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, just to make it simple. How many moments can you be like, okay, I remember this moment from LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, whatever. You remember Jordan jumping up doing the Utah Jazz, okay, it's not a lot of moments from the greatest of the greatest, And it's for me, I had my moment, but I stood on a lot of other moments too.
That was the way you became a star, because they don't put you don't become an all-pro or a pro bowler because you made 1 catch, right? But you make that 1 catch in the media capital of the world on primetime football, it becomes that. I want to sort of take a departure because there's a reason why we're here.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about it, and I want to give you the space to expound. You do want to come back, but in coming back, there's going to be some news that you wanted to release yourself. You wanted to explain. You wanted to be able to be the person to tell your own story.
For me, it's important. I feel like I deserve that. I feel like I've earned that. I've earned my stripes to be able to speak my truth, and not hide from nothing. And this was a really hard decision, and I got advice from here or there.
What will we find out, or what will you let us know about how long it can be until you can be back on the field?
6 games. So last year, I was dealing with this. And for me, this was tough because we talk about those dark times. We talk about the things as a man. I cheated myself as a man as a father, as a son, a brother, like I cheated myself in ways that were hard to like forgive myself for, you know? Whether you're doing things you shouldn't do, you just know, like I'm cheating myself. But like I've never cheated the system, you know? And it's hard for me like to come back and play football. I have to come out and deal with, while I was in Miami, hearing that you get charged and someone says you failed for PEDs, which I've been in a program, you know how the shit goes. We're grown men. I'm in a program because I didn't tell them I was in Arizona and I was going to Vegas for one night and now I'm in Vegas and you want to come take a drug test and I'm not here. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of a crazy thing. Like if you was in Orlando and you like, I'm going to Miami tonight to go kick it, you're not gonna call moms and be like, yeah, moms. Or maybe you'll update your mom, but like you don't need as a grown man, I don't need to be telling another man where I'm going, logging into a computer, like, hey, I'm going here. Like, you know, there's a couple things that are just kind of, you know, we talk about the system, and that's, you know, I'll leave that up to them to figure out.
You were already in the program.
I've been in the program for 10 plus years.
Okay.
They come test me anywhere in the world. I've never ran from no test, ever, never failed a test, not once in my life.
So what happened with this test?
Year 12, before the season started, you know, we get a lot of blood work. I get my levels back, and my testosterone was like below 200. Right, and we go to, you know, there's a TUE program, like, you know, we're asking all the right questions. Yo, hey, can we file for exemption? You know, this testosterone's 200. Like 200 is, I think my son got more than 200 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like man time, like that's
Z grown boy, man.
He'll tell you he's 3 going on 5. He said I'm a grown man. But this was like, okay, they said no. They're like, no, your levels are fine, right? So in 12 years of me being tested out my ass, coming to state, you know, the only time they wouldn't test me is if I was overseas. And the first time I'm asking about testosterone, in which I haven't changed nothing. I'm not even built like that. Like, I'm built like my mama. Like, I'm gifted, you know, like I like to make jokes and I'll be serious about it because it is a serious thing when you get charged and someone says you failed for PEDs, you know? Like, I don't take those words lightly, but it bothers me because, like, knowing deep down inside, like, I never failed. I mean, I've never cheated. I've never, like, done something. I'm like, bro, I came back from ACL, shattered ankle, ACL again. Like, why wouldn't those have been the times that I would have been taking something to benefit myself? Like, I've always been this person who I worked hard. Like, bro, everyone, the high school he went to, his mom, no, bro, I earned all of this. And this was another part that made it even harder. In hindsight, I should have just taken it. If I was gonna walk away last year, I should have just taken it, had the 6 games, got punished then, let it blown over. Now people gonna go out, get to say what they want to say about me. And like, again, it just goes back to me talking about like, I really know who I am. And even more sitting with y'all, like men in this room today, like I stand firm in who I am, like as a man. And I'm gonna stand there and if I look, I was talking about them dark times, I'll say this one line. I was lying to myself, the man in the mirror. I was lying to myself about where my heart was at or where my mind was at or whatever. And that was the hardest thing for me to deal with. Like, it was a moment that like, I'm looking at my little boy in the eyes and like, you almost as if you were gonna lie, like even the idea that you was gonna lie to him had crossed my mind, and that was where that line that I talk about, like the pain had become great enough. You know, like that was it. Like I'm never gonna lie to you, bro.
For clarity, for me.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, but you didn't purposely or knowingly take any performance enhancement drug.
I don't even know. Like, I couldn't tell you. We sat there with my main PT, we questioned everything. What is it? Could it have been this? I don't have no new supplements. I don't have nothing that just, I can't put my finger on it, and I'm being honest with you. And to say like, and then for me to ask the questions, I'm like, so what is it? And they're just telling me it's, your testosterone levels were high. I don't know, like, I'm asking, like I don't have the information, and you get tested, there's an A, there's a B sample. If somebody tests you on X day, and you get the results 3 days later, and someone's taking performance-enhancing drugs from, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but from my assumption, there's nothing that's gonna help you perform right now for these 5 to 6 hours that's gonna not be in your system in 3 or 4 days. So why wouldn't there be some kind of retest? Why wouldn't there come get hair, blood, like whatever? Like I never had nothing to hide. It wasn't even something that would, I took the drug test, go about my day. Like it's not something that I worry about. Like it's not like, oh, I'm nervous. You know, like never taking a drug test, it just was more annoying. You're taking time out of my day. That was really the whole thing for me. You're taking time out of my day, I gotta meet you here, I'm texting you, come piss in the cup, boom, whatever. But never like hid or ran from nothing. So 6 weeks.
The question that struck me during that time is you said you started to question about like, even if I would lie to my son. I watched you change, right? I watched you become a man, right? I saw this little boy that looks at you and his eyes are not big enough to see you. How has fatherhood impacted you?
I told you, I said it saved my life. Honestly, you know, like I said, it just was hard times, bro. Like as a man, and like those eyes, obviously he got my eyes. You know, I always joke like I wanted, you know, the Drake song, like I want my baby to have your eyes. Like I wish he got his mama's eyes. Like that's how she got me. But you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted him to have, you know, those like, and I'm looking at him, but like everything he does, like when I say my twin, and he's a little lighter than I am, but that's about it. That's my twin. Like, we had a whole conversation, and Lo was joking. She's like, "This isn't even my kid. Like, you know, this is literally your kid." He talking to me like, And we understanding each other, and then he gave me the soft dismissal, like, "Yeah, Dad, like it's a thing that I do when I be on the phone. I be like, yeah, bro, so shit, shit, just holler at me. Like, it's like a soft dismissal, like it's time to get off the phone, good conversation." And he did that to me. And I was dying laughing because I'm like, this is my kid. And like, when I had that moment of, if even, I'm talking about, it wasn't like a big, let's just say it was 1%. I was like, you got some shit going on that you gotta address and you need to fix up right now. And I had that like, come to Jesus, like liar, liar moment, Jim Carrey, like I can't tell another lie. Like, I can't not live in my truth because it's killing me on the inside. Like it's harder to live in a lie, whether you're getting away with them or not, than to like just tell the truth and let people live with that truth. Like I'd rather just speak my piece. If you don't like it, I get it, but like at least I say what I needed to and I wasn't like hiding behind like lies and all that. That's just not where I'm at no more.
You know, you talk about hard times and darkness. And when we, like, being on this side of the game, we've seen a lot of players or former players who were on that stage, who were thriving in that light, right? None as big as you, as RC said. I think you've been the biggest. But even when that light starts to dim, right, and that darkness you spoke about, you know, the multiple injuries, having the game taken away from, you know, a test that you don't even know what happened. But now that's putting your return on pause. Mm-hmm. When guys are on this side and that light isn't shining, a lot of the support tend to kind of go their own ways, right? A lot of the mental stuff starts to kind of take a toll on the guys. How are you in that headspace with everything?
You know what I think? I think to a private conversation I had with a brother of mine just recently, and he's kind of getting towards that. And I think it's up to us, and I don't know what it is, and it's a side conversation, you know, aside from this, that like, it's kind of up to us to create a community because there is that leaving the game identity part that is very real, that I feel like we don't address or take as serious because you never know how it hits you until it does. And I think there's a community that we build. I don't know what it is, again, like I said, but for me, speaking just on myself, I'm like, my mind is just too strong. One, I'm also in a position where I'm kind of backed by a lot more than like what everybody else might possibly have. Like I know, like I'm gonna be straight after football, period. If I didn't have $1 in my account right here today as we speak, I'm gonna be straight for the rest of my life. No question, right? I don't think everybody is in that. And when you've sacrificed your whole life to get here, and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league. And I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, you know, that you have to spend, use,
Save,
invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really 40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, you know? And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting 8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. Yeah, this job that I sacrificed my whole life for, they are giving me that. I didn't ask for the certain dollar amount or whatever, but we weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't
talk about it all the time.
We weren't taught this skill, and it's kind of like, I'll keep this one under wraps, but I got some things in the work that, like, I'm gonna be able to, the generations that are coming up behind us, when you talk about the storm that me and like moms went through, like, I'll be able to be that for somebody else and to be able to help their family on how things are gonna go and yada, yada, yada. And like, if I didn't make, I'll take $1. But if I didn't make $1 from any of these kids, but I could give them the knowledge and the wisdom that I didn't know, I'm doing my part. Like when I lay in that kerosene, like I know like I did my role. I know I did the things that I needed to do and provided for the generations coming behind us. So then that way they can lay, they had a foundation, now they can lay it for the ones that's coming, you know, after them. That's truly how I feel about it.
I just want to ask, you done had some bad ones in your life.
Man, I know.
You done had some bad ones.
Was the conversation too deep earlier
No,
for you
it
to
wasn't
really?
too deep. I was enjoying it. My man is I heard him talk. He's very educated, got his thing together and all. And I see why. I see why you get the bad ones. Speaking of money, have you ever been flued out? That's general talk. Have you ever been flued out?
I mean, I've gone places before on planes and
You got flued out?
I'm not proud of it. I might have got on a plane once. Yeah, no, hey.
Yeah.
He said he's not proud of it.
He ain't proud of it.
I didn't feel good in the nice robe. Look.
Sit sideways.
Oh, man.
Eating your pastries.
Oh, damn
He's
it.
like, I gotta put out. She spent her money. Hey, she spent her money, so
You gotta shave.
if I spend my money,
You gotta shave.
I got a manicure for the 3rd time in life. I'm ready. Shit, hey, look.
But do you hate it? Because I know too much about your damn sex life than I want to.
I don't hate it. I hate the idea that like everything be so public because I just feel like then people always are poking and trying to like mess up a relationship. Like I just could never understand that just as a person I am. If you had whatever going on, whatever, but you had whatever going on the side, but then the two people who are in the relationship are good with each other, who is it for somebody else to come in and say how things should be run? This is the standard of society and things that we set, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, let people, they run their home how they run their home. Don't be mad at that. Now, speaking on, I feel like I know what you're talking about. And it was honestly just one of the best humans that I've been around. Like a true, probably just one of the best humans, like whenever, you know, I get kind of asked this question all the time. Just one of the best humans, down to earth, like could be in a room right here and we'd be weak. Like, you know, laughing, like just real. Got stories, experiences, success, like, it's like, salute, like, you did your shit, like, in a world that is very difficult. And it's still, like, someone who I could lean on for advice, someone who I could ask questions about business, like, to this day. just one of the like realest, most organic, rawest kind of things that I possibly ever encountered. So
When the dinner tab comes,
Hey, listen, when Uncle Chan asks them kind of questions, you can always pivot. This will match the Frank bracelet. But no, in terms of pivoting, I did
for sure.
Right. I did want to ask you, because what LSU, and I can say this as a Gator, what LSU has produced in the last decade plus are some of the best athletes in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
And when you talk about one position, I ain't talking about the DBs right now.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, we had a conversation about that. Who are the top 5 wide receivers produced from Louisiana State University in the last decade?
Now you got to go
15
2000. You got to go 2000. Yeah. Starting 2000.
Okay,
Because I was gonna say
since
it's
2000.
tough because these last 3,
Yeah,
they got the, you know how the games change. You know how like we used to watch basketball back in the day, and you could step back, but you couldn't step back and then step back again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like the games changed, the movements changed.
So we're going 25 years?
I'm gonna give those 3 because they did their damn thing. 1, 2, and what was he wearing? 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who we saying?
That's Jamar, Justin, Malik.
And you know what's funny? When you watch it, I've never seen, like Justin is literally my twin. Like he doing it bigger. Like he's doing what, when I looked at Randy and whoever it was, like he's doing it. He's surpassed some of the things that I did. He's going to continue. And I love that. I give those 3.
Okay.
I don't know 1, 2, 3, none of that. I can't give you that. God, I might need some help. As far as receivers, because we had...
Well, obviously it's Jarvis, Michael Clayton.
I didn't get to do what I needed to do in college. I don't even put myself...
Yeah, Michael Clayton, college, Josh Reed.
Fuck, JoJo,
JoJo,
crazy.
Brandon LaFell.
Rube went crazy.
Yeah, when you talk about like college, LSU had, like when you go to the pros, the biggest star was him. Now you got Justin, you got Jamar. Obviously Malik got hurt. Malik is big time.
That brought me to another question, because you say Justin is your twin.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin's catch versus Buffalo,
Not even close.
or your catch versus
I
the
love him
Cowboys?
up and down. It's not even close. The DB caught it. He had his hand here. He grabbed it. Good
So
shit though.
You're
Like,
saying,
but we're not.
you're saying Justin's
We're not even.
catch?
And I don't even. You know. I don't even.
I just want to put it on record, because I don't
he know that. Love him up and down. You know, little bro, you got it. Jets. Yeah, but we're not talking about the same thing.
Okay.
You feel me? Like we talking about prime time, not 1 o'clock.
Right.
We talking about 50 yards down the field, like
Getting held.
yeah, all that. But it was lucky for me. You know, I honestly I don't even know how you can call it.
What'd
with
you
this.
say?
It was lucky. That's what they
Man,
say.
you do it more than once.
No, but it was lucky.
before
That one specifically was lucky. That's what they say. So, yeah, it's not like I practiced that with Jarvis every day for hours, throwing outside WCA.
WCA.
My partner over here, Brad Wing, throw
Yep.
outside WCA for hours. Me and Jarvis used to take that football and throw it at each other as hard as we possibly can, and it would be like, yo, today, I need 15 with the left hand, I need 15 with the right, I need 15 with your body facing this way, we would go for hours and just throw the ball to each other. Like, he taught me, if there was no Jarvis Landry, I don't know where I would be at sitting here today.
So amazing.
I really don't know that. And whenever he do see this, bring your ass home. Been trying to get to you. It's time, pick up that phone, man. Tell my brother, like, pick up that phone, bro. Like, it's time. Like,
You know what I wanted to ask you? You mentioned building a community. Obviously, I know Brad is your brother. I have friends, like Troy FaceTimes me, Ike FaceTimes me, James Harrison FaceTimes me, right? I have these people who I developed these great relationships post-college because we all had the same life, right? Like I babysat their kids and we went to each other's birthday parties, like all of that. You didn't have like the normal football life. Do you have any deep connections or friendships with teammates from the NFL?
yeah, but it kind of, for me, it kind of revert back to, you know, who I am, like a Duke Riley, right? I've known him since we was 15. We grew up in New Orleans. training together. He went to John Curtis, who my high school was never gonna beat. Like John Curtis is that team. You know, they was the best.
But that doesn't count though. We're talking about somebody you've known since you were 15 years old.
We was on the same team in the NFL.
That don't count.
Okay,
though.
you talking about just
Like I met you in the locker room in the NFL, and we were able to create this bond to where now when I am going through something, I can call you because you developed this relationship with me while I was learning to be that man.
I think, sadly enough, those relationships that I built and the worlds that's kind of created today allowed for disconnect as you weren't, you know, right there. Like Sterling Shepard. Like he was somebody who came in, I'll never forget seeing him walk in, and he wasn't the first round, he was the second round pick. Seeing him walk in just all teeth, just smiling. And it's me and Young Shep, you know, like, this is my dog. Like, you know, still to this day, like I flew across from Paris to LA for his wedding for one day, one night, flew all the way back because that's when I was staying at the time. Like, it's people like that that I could think of that I'm not saying that we ain't the same or don't have the same connection, but you know, life starts to hit everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I got kids, I got woman I'm dealing with, I got, you know, shit. And it just, I feel like this world has created for this disconnect. And that's where I feel bad in my part for like, not being able to like keep up with everybody. But then it's also like,
Keep up with me.
I gotta keep up with me. And that was one of the biggest and strongest, hardest lessons that I learned this year was like, if I can keep up with me and be the best me to present to the ones around me, like, I just ain't gonna be shit.
Can you
know?
be Clark Kent?
Can I be? No. You said Clark Kent?
And here's why I asked that. I was never Superman,
Yeah.
right? So doing normal things, being a normal person, quote unquote, just living a simple life was comfortable for me. When my skills started to deteriorate, I was never so good at it that I felt it, right? Like, you're joking about catching that ball. If you gave me 5 million times, I couldn't even do it accidentally.
Yeah.
Whereas
I could do it 499,999.
and I can't. When that went away, right? You can still catch the ball, but when I can't always get open, I'm not the best anymore. I'm not the greatest. When that went away, how difficult was it for you to accept that?
I think it's a tough question because to me, I look at it and I'm like, it didn't go away. It just, my opportunity to show it went away. And that's me being real. And when the opportunity for me to show it went away, I played myself by allowing me to be like, oh. So then when the opportunity did come, I wasn't ready because I was already blowed. You know what I mean? I was already mad. Like, I'm not about to keep running around all fucking game waiting for my 2-3 passes. And then I get my 2-3 passes.
You're not ready.
I'm not ready because I'm pissed off. You know? And that was a maturity thing that I had to, you know, come to realize. And like, the good news is though, these bad boys, they getting ready now. And I don't care about nothing that I've done. I don't care about nothing. I just want to play. Because who knows? God, like, you know, he work in mysterious ways. I've been saying this for the longest. I said, I'm going to join a team in the middle of the season and go win a Super Bowl. And then things happen at the Rams. And, like, even this year, I'm going to join somebody this year about week 11 or 12 because I got to deal with this. And I'm going to take my L the same way I take my wins, like, with grace. And I'm going to just move forward. People can say what they want about me. They're going to joke. What is it? A comment from somebody who got 13 posts and 177 followers and follow 4,000 people and private page, like something nobody would ever say to your face. And I'm gonna take it, and you can say whatever you want about me. Like I say, I stand firm in knowing who I am today. I know that I ain't never cheated anybody but myself, you know, or my son, or in a sense, or whatever. Like, I've cheated myself, right? And I'm gonna stand on that, and I'm gonna keep it going. And then you're gonna see me maybe at the Steelers or the Rams, or the G's wanna call me, you know, that I'm playing in the Super Bowl this year, and they can be like, damn, how the fuck how the fuck playing in the damn Super Bowl? Oh man, he always getting, yeah. And then I'm gonna get that chance again, I'm gonna act an ass. Because I've been waiting.
Oh, one more thing. Just the biggest misconception that you think people have about you.
I can't say one. I'm gonna say one of them. Cause whatever you think, it ain't that. I mean, but the biggest, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. The biggest. This ain't that kind. This ain't that kind of point
I got it.
at all. Got that one?
I got it.
It happens to me all the time. He right over there, Blake. He be like, the only way if somebody doesn't love you or like you or whatever it is that they don't know you. Like, it's the only way. Like, it ain't no, I just know who I am. So, like, the biggest misconception is that it's like this, oh, you Hollywood, or oh, you da-da-da. Like, nah, I'm not at all. That's why I tell you, I'm like, I have not changed.
Yeah.
Like, anybody who see me now who's known me for however long would be like, still the same, like, it is what it is. So for me, I don't know. I just know I'm not, whatever you think I am, unless it's really good shit, I'm probably not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody wants that. Chandler. Whatever you think about me that's good, that's who I am.
That positive shit?
The bad shit?
The
bad shit? That ain't me. That ain't me. Go ahead.
Well, if you're gonna do the Super Bowl this year, you're gonna have to be playing next to BT, Brian Thomas Jr.
You saying because Jacksonville's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you talking about Madden? In the Madden simulation.
Damn. But we got a spot for you.
The Madden simulation. All right,
No. We got a spot for you. Just remember that. We talking about remembering things.
Okay.
Remember that. Just keep it right there.
All I want.
Just be open.
All I want for the world to know is that I be watching. Like, I don't go to games. Right. It just, I don't need to be seen, you know? I'm going to games. I'm very calculated.
All I'm saying is just keep an open, just keep an open mind.
My
for
mind is
opportunity.
open for
all
all
for the
the
opportunity.
teams.
So check it. We always ask our guests, what's their biggest pivot in life? That's that one moment you look back on and say, because this happened to me or for me, I am who I am today.
I would go to two. I would go to one, like I was just telling you, like truly what I've been through in these last 9 months. And it was September 13th, 14th, sometime in the weekend that was New York Fashion Week, that I had my biggest pivot. And again, I'm gonna keep saying it, like my brother's right here. And I had my biggest breakdown where like I came as is, like this is me. And he said it wasn't a breakdown, it was a breakthrough. And like, even as I'm crying, like I'm just a jokester. And I'm like, you know how they talk about clocking it? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I was like, damn, that was a bar. But that was like a moment that was like, for me, it changed everything, because everything that you've done up until this point no longer matters if from this point going there, you're not gonna do some more, you know? And that was one of the, the biggest moments for me. I could go back to whether it was tearing my, to be honest, tearing your ACL in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, it being bittersweet, because not because I wanted to be the star and it was my day. Like, no, like I just wanted that moment to win or lose, to fail or to succeed, whatever. I wanted that out. To then having a parade 3 days later and it's like, yay, but like my fucking legs like this. I'm like, fuck, like all I'm still thinking about is the moment. I'm happy. Yeah. But it's like you get that ring, but it's like it was all the hard work just to get that ring. And then the day after, we get home from the parade, and 3 a.m. I get a text. She's like, oh, I think something's happening. At 6:05, your son's born at your home, in the bed, like the natural home birth. Like that moment, seeing my son, like changed me forever. So I'm sure there's plenty of moments, but the two, we talk about the pivots, like my son being born, and this last weekend, coming to grips with who I am and where I'm at today, and being able to look at that person and be like, well, where are we going?
Right.
That's beautiful, man. I don't know. I love
That's that
you.
part where the song would cut up and hold up, like right there.
Yeah, it's
Boom.
good. That's what's gonna cut in. That's what's
right
gonna
there.
cut in.
You got
We
that.
it.
Boom. You got
we
that?
got you. Nah, man, I love you, man. And I talked to your mom for a good bit. And it was like the most beautiful conversation because you talked about being love. Everything she said was about love. The direction, the request, the ask was all about loving you, you know? And it was so much grace and so much peace in her voice. And I think that going forward, you gotta find that for you.
Yep.
Greatness has like, it leaves footprints, but it also has so much adversity, right? It teaches perseverance. In whatever chapter you're going to write or chapters you're going to write from now on, make them better than the ones that got us here tonight. You know, like, man, I personally want to see you win so badly. You know, man, there's a million times I went on TV and you were the topic and they knew if you want it to be something negative, it ain't coming from me. And that ain't gonna change, man. I appreciate you sitting with us. I appreciate you sharing what you shared and trusting us to be the voices that allowed you to do it.
Absolutely. No, I really want to say this because it's like, when I sat back and I thought, oh, where do I want to go? And these things, and like me and you've had this for whatever, and I've got to like actually watch, and like I love it because it is that brotherhood. Like this shit's genuine. Let me just keep it at that. And to be able to be here and sit in front of like black men who have succeeded in life, but have also put themselves out there to be vulnerable for someone else to watch. And even if it's one thing that you said, or one thing that you said, or one thing, or one question you asked, that that allowed that like for someone who is sheltered or whatever to release that into the world, like this is a space that's not often, you know, come by. And to be able to share this moment with y'all and be able to tell you all the real things and tell you like fuck, I'm dealing with something that, you know, I never in my life thought I would really be dealing with. And to be able to keep it pushing and wipe your hands and clean and feel good about it, that's major. So I appreciate y'all more than you know. Appreciate you making it happen. I know y'all down here.
Yeah.
Hit me later. And I know you out of here, so I appreciate you taking your own time, you know? And it's nothing but love.
Always.
What's
Hey,
up?
that was down here. I said, y'all got enough to have? Hey, look.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up.